told you Evmos will rise from the dead. And what does that have to do with Swift blockchain? Okay, so we'll get into it, but as always, cue my guy Indigo Saint. Be sure to catch him at the Third Eye channel. Let's get it. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black Vu Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe it was black you invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on the black you invested. Best believe it was black you invested. Got course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. Just thank God for that black you invested. Best believe it was black you invested.
What is up, crypto warriors? What is up, Black Root Crew? Back in the house for a Wednesday show. I know it's been a while since we've done one, but we out here. We out here. What's going on? Let's go ahead and share the screen. Entire screen and audio. So Evmos. Gonna try to get it in under an hour today. What is up? Let's see who's in the chat. What's up, BK Crypto? What is up, Megan Gomes? I don't know about that, Evmos. I hope so. Well, I hope to make a compelling argument for you guys today. Let's bust out our Draper map and let's go to our news here. So basically, Evmos is going to be used as a side chain for XRP, okay? And let's hear it directly kind of from the man before we go into the article. David Schwartz here. And this poses some good questions for us once we hear this, right? But now having Evmos and XLR being a conduit, right? So if we read this post here, we'll see that XLR is going to kind of be the bridge that brings all of this together. So basically, Evmos is going to be a side chain for the XRP ledger. And this kind of builds on the conversation we had last week. Be sure to go over and check out this show. Draper Cryptos will win the bull run. We talked about NEAR. We talked about XLR. We talked about Casper. We talked about Swift. Okay. So this is a continuation of talking about XLR. Okay, so let's hear it from David Schwartz here. Let me go ahead and kill our Telegram. Be sure to come over to our Telegram where we have some of the best guys in crypto. Shout out to our moderator E. Shout out to Shook Focus. Shout out to all the wonderful people in the Telegram here. We talk crypto. We talk conspiracy. We talk everything. We talk everything over here, right? Because we want it to be a welcoming community. Not only do we hit the crypto needs, we hit the life needs as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and shut this down so we don't get constant messages popping up because we message like that. Here we go. Let me main screen. Let me first start from the beginning.
Now,
then full screen this and let's listen. So you can kind of see here, there's a diagram. Private sidechain, institution X, XRP ledger, EMV, Ethereum, virtual machine sidechain, custom chain. There we go.
now, I know what a lot of people are thinking, which is like the XRP ledger is why we're here. It's what's important. And that's true. But I just want to point out, in the early days, we celebrated every exchange listing. That is not an XRP ledger thing, right? People who hold tokens on exchanges, they're not using the ledger, but they're using XRP. And I'm hoping that we can see the XRP LEVM sidechain. Oh, announcement. It has a name. I wanted to call it Niobium. I lost. It is called the XRP LEVM sidechain. I know that's what everybody was calling it anyway, but that is actually its name. That is a bona fide announcement. I'm not lying. It is actually going to be called the XRP LEVM sidechain. I want you to think of that as a true part of the XRP ecosystem. XRP will be its native token. And it will be able to address that long tail of use cases. And if we have asset portability, I think we should think, I hope we can think of it as part of the XRP ecosystem, and that the XRP is not just the XRP ledger. Maybe that's too much to ask. So Axelar is going to provide the bridge for the native token. Anybody who...
So we can see here, XLR is going to be the bridge. And basically, it's going to go from the XRP ledger mainnet to the XRP ledger EMV sidechain, which is going to be Evmos. Okay, so very, very intriguing that, you know, all the money that could possibly be on XRP ledger can now go through Evmos and via XLR as a sidechain. Let's continue to listen.
Who wants to can provide other bridges for other tokens, but you do have to have one. Is going to provide the bridge for the native token and XRP ledger. Maybe that's too much to ask. So Axelar is going to provide the bridge for the native token. Anybody who wants to can provide other bridges for other tokens, but you do have to have one bridge for the native token, the gas token. That's going to be provided by Axelar. It's going to use a proof of authority consensus. It'll have a block explorer, and you'll be able to use, you know, traditional EVM wallets. It will be a traditional EVM chain. One of the advantages of being able to launch projects on the EVM sidechain is the development cycle is much faster. So it took, what, 2 years to bring AMMs onto the XRP ledger? Let's say somebody said, hey, I want to do securities derivatives with leverage trading and, you know, some other weird thing on it, over collateralization, blah, blah, blah. You could maybe launch that on the XRP ledger in a year. You could launch that on an EVM sidechain in probably 2 months, and it's much easier to find developers. So we have to be realistic. For that long tail of projects, if we don't have a place inside our ecosystem for those projects to go, they're going to go elsewhere. And so we should, we should be inclusive. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking.
That's highly intriguing to me. So this will allow someone to develop something on a side chain, do it in a quicker time. And some of the things he was talking about, like derivatives trading, securities, all that. Okay. And that'll have to go. This will be an option, right? Now, the second part of that, I mean, I don't even think we need to read the documentation. He really just kind of really simply summed it up for us. You know, if you guys want, I can drop this in our Telegram. But this talks about Ripple and Peer Sys, and that's basically the company who's doing this. And you know, they give some stuff here. Let's read what Jasmine Cooper says about this here. Bringing the XRP ledger EV sidechain to the interchain with Evmos represents a significant milestone in expanding the XRP ledger ecosystem. By leveraging Evmos technology, we can offer developers unparalleled flexibility and customization options, enabling them to build innovative cross-chain applications that tap into the vast potential of the XRP ledger and the broader interchain ecosystem. We believe utilizing Evmos will accelerate the growth of the XRP ledger EVM sidechain and unlock new opportunities for developers and users, which is pretty just interesting. And you know, Cosmos is basically interchain. It is interchain. So highly intriguing. Now, what intrigued me even more about this, remember we went over a whole bunch of VCs that are related to Draper, right? Now, if we go to Evmos and his funders, right? We get the usual cast of characters, which makes it even more intriguing, okay, as we look at Evmos. Polychain Capital, Coinbase Ventures, Hashkey Capital, Galaxy, and Circle, okay? All the guys that you would want, like really want, right? So they got 27 million, which is a number that's divisible by 9. Really nice number there. But Circle, okay, we've been over and over how much Circle relates to Stellar, how Circle relates to what's going on with Swift. We went over how Coinbase Ventures, Draper owns Coinbase, So anything related to Coinbase Ventures, he owns. Polychain Capital is owned via his son's company, Boost VC, which we will bring that up right quick. So he's like so involved in Evmos. And while I'm bringing this up, this also poses an interesting question. What now happens to Corium, right? Because Corium also bridges Cosmos to XRP. And just so you guys know, if we go to the About Us, which I've gone to before, but just in case anybody's new, you'll see Adam Draper. And he says 4th generation venture capitalist. And we kind of been over that a little bit, but yes, this is his son. Even though you might go to a wiki and you'll Google Tim Draper and you'll only see his daughter. He does have 2 sons as well. Okay. So back to the portfolio. Crypto. We go down. We'll see eventually here, if I haven't passed it already. Polychain Capital, which coincidentally was started by one of the first employees at Coinbase. So all of this stuff just really interrelates on itself. Bro, okay. Why am I passing it? Okay, there it is. Polychain Capital. I think they must have added some stuff since I last got on here because it's not in the same place it was. So Polychain Capital, going back to funders. So we got Draper here, and there might be something going on here. So remember, Hashkey Capital, they're related to Casper Labs, which Draper funds Casper Labs as well. So it seems like he has a heavy investment in Evmos. Now, if he really wants to have anything go through Ethereum, he can use XLR, which we've also kind of linked him to. He can use XLR through Evmos, through XRP Ledger. Like it's insane, the connections and all the different things that he actually has a hand in. But literally, he kind of has a hand in almost all of these here. It also led me to a little bit of digression here. And if anybody has any questions, be sure to put them in the comments and we'll get to it. This Galaxy Venture Capital. Okay, 111 investments, adds to 3 there. Jurisdiction, United States. When I went to these guys' website, I was really impressed with Galaxy Capital. Let's see. They have this square inside of this circle. This looks very like esoteric. What they have here as a logo. Of course, they ask you for cookies and all of that. So global markets. Electronic trading, over-the-counter trading. Access to 100 plus cryptocurrencies, 24/7 market access with global coverage. Access to the best risk transfer pricing on the market via our electronic over-the-counter trading desk. So when David Schwartz is talking about access to cryptocurrencies and derivatives markets, he's not kidding. And you can see when a company like this is involved, Galaxy, which they fund Evmos, that would be something that they would want to have happen, right? So we can see he's not capping, as the youngsters say, right? So Very, 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 very intriguing right there. I was poking around here before too, and I saw a whole bunch of different companies that I really liked. Let me see if I can find it again. Funds. Okay, ventures. Okay, here we go. Fireblocks, and Fireblocks, they have a connection to Corium via ooh, I feel like I'm yelling. I'm sorry if I am yelling, guys. They have a connection to Corium through Sologenic. Okay. So all very nice things that we see here. XLR, they fund that, which makes sense of why Evmos is using XLR to get to the XRP ledger. Ramp, I'm not sure who they are. Polygon, we know. And Draper owns Polygon as well. Aleo, I'm not sure who that is. Celestia, we know these guys on Cosmos. And again, like I said, Fireblocks. 1 inch, cool. Bison Trails. So Galaxy just is really interesting to me. And again, we have a lot of crossover with what Draper's doing. Funds. Institutional grade access to digital economy. I already did this. Why you're asking again? Okay, yeah, this is what I really liked here. We partner with leaders in indexing and asset management. So Bloomberg, huge. Invesco, Global Asset Management. Not sure about these guys, but I think I've heard of them on one of Max's videos. Shout out to Maximus Crypto. That's my guy. DWS. Ital manage or Ital Asset, Vetify, Alarian. So Invesco, of course, very, very, very huge. Partners in digital assets. Okay. So very, very intriguing when we break down something like this. Like like it really should have you jumping for joy, especially considering what we reviewed, that video we reviewed, which Maximus showed us, right? All these different banks like Wells Fargo, Citibank, JP Morgan, all in a room talking about the RSN and RLN in relation to quant. So all these things, very, very, very intriguing. I think that's all I wanted to get to. Let's see as far as this goes. So yeah, so now the thing is, okay, how does this impact Corium, right? Because Corium, they also give you a bridge to Cosmos here. And I think it's on their first page. You can see it here. XRP Ledger Corium Bridge. Now, and you can see here XLR, Evmos. Does this mean that they've lost confidence in Corium? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that's why they're kind of like calling it a side chain as opposed to what Corium's doing. You know, they still got their thing going on with Fireblocks via Sologenic. But now they have another conduit, and a specific conduit that seems to be more under their control, possibly, than than what's going on here with Sologenic. So Sologenic launches Solonex and CBDC tokenization solutions, integrates Fireblocks for institutional custody. Okay, so you can see there's a little bit of redundancy here, and that Sologenic, we got Sologenic here, and a deal with Fireblocks and Corium, but Fireblocks also has the little deal here with Galaxy, so there is a bit of redundancy there, but I think this whole deal with Evmos offers Draper and his people a more direct route to XRP Ledger, and offers Circle a more direct route to XRP Ledger. So that's very intriguing. These guys can directly go through XRP Ledger via XLR, and you already saw that Galaxy funds XLR. So a lot of synergies through moving their money where they want their money to go. And this again just shows you, and we say it all the time, that they don't necessarily need us retail, right? But this shows you this is a path for Draper and Draper assets, right? Like all of his people, Polychain Capital, Coinbase Ventures, Hashkey, and Hashkey, we've shown you they're related to Casper, which he has a piece of, Galaxy, and how they're connected to XLR, and Circle, of course, Circle, right? So very, very, very intriguing. Yeah, so let's head to some questions here. What's up, Satoshi Moto Black? Let's get it. I'll join the Telegram. Thanks for coming through, Megan. Appreciate that. Where can you buy it? You can buy Evmos on Osmosis. Let me go ahead and bring up Osmosis. It used to be that you couldn't use Osmosis in the States. They've since changed that, because Cosmos is just printing money, y'all. It's just printing money. You can stake Evmos for, I believe, 5 point something APY, which is really, really good when you compare it to, like, if you have like a bank and when they offer you like 0 point something interest on your money, and you can use Evmos and you can get like 5.5 something. With XLR on the Cosmos chain through the Kepler wallet, you get like 7 point something. Okay, so they're literally kind of just printing money. Okay, to put that in perspective, right? Let's say that you have let's just say that you have like $1 million, quote unquote. Let's say that you did. If you had $1 million in XLR, okay, so you're basically printing yourself a 70K salary, all right, if you have it in there. Also, Casper with Casper Live, the APR is like 12%. So if you had $1 million in that, you would be printing yourself 120K salary. Okay, so dudes are just printing money out here. But yeah, you can buy Evmos on Osmosis. All you have to do is go over there through the Kepler wallet, send Osmosis over there from Coinbase, and then once you send the Osmosis from your from Coinbase to your Kepler wallet, in your Kepler wallet you can actually trade Osmosis to Evmos, and if you want to, you can also stake it on your Kepler wallet too by sending the Evmos from Osmosis to Evmos chain and then staking it. Okay, so yeah, this is where you can buy. I'm not gonna try to do it because I don't want to bring up any of my wallet information. But yeah, What's up, Jerome Jones? So one other thing I wanted to cover, so we'll have a little quick show today, for real be under an hour today, is some great news from Grayscale, okay? Grayscale launches a new fund for decentralized artificial intelligence, okay? And again, this kind of shows you what we were talking about. If you kind of go down here and look at some of the things they're going to have in a fund, BitTensor, which is Tau, Filecoin, right? We connected that to Draper. You can just go right over here and show you. And this is the fund that his son runs. Remember that. Filecoin is in here somewhere. Again, they added some stuff, so stuff is a little off now. There we go, Filecoin. So Filecoin, live peer, near, render, okay, and near we just got through talking about last week. So be sure to go over there and check out this show. Draper Cryptos will win the bull run. Okay. So yeah, and of course patrons got this first. We've been put near on the list of coins for patrons to look at. So near, and Grayscale also has a near trust. So near is, and we connected near for you as well as one that you should be looking at, because near also has the same list of characters as funds and backers. And Andreessen Horowitz, we told you about that, and look at all the money that near is receiving. 533 million, okay? Dragonfly Capital, Coinbase Ventures, Pantegra Capital, Circle, Multicoin Capital, Tiger Global, like all the dudes that like have a connection to Draper. Andreessen Horowitz, if you guys don't know, definitely check out this interview. See, Boost VC, Draper, Mark Andreessen podcast. This is a great interview that his son did with these two guys. So clearly these two men are boys. So this was in 2022. Definitely go check out this interview. Good interview on that podcast. I really liked it. Particularly a piece of game that Mark Andreessen gave out. It's in here. Let's see. Let me see where that game is. Okay, this is a piece of information Mark Andreessen gave out. And if you want to know why I think this is a piece of game, come over to the Telegram and I'll tell you. Timeless source of info, reading books prior to 1960. Okay. This is where Mark Andreessen goes for his media. He thinks that timeless sources of income or of info come in books prior to 1960. Okay. So I think that's a great piece of game that Mark Andreessen gave out there. But yeah, you can see that these two gentlemen, you know, they have some conversation between them, right? So if we go back to what we were looking at here, like all the guys, all the team, I have a piece of this. So could we see near at some point doing like maybe Solana type numbers? Maybe, right? But you can already see people like Grayscale are going to have it, and they're going to have it in more than one of their trusts. So they're going to have it in the AI trust, which we just showed you, but they just opened up a near trust where they gave it its own trust. Okay, so really like and this might be something where like all of these different cryptos that are in this Grayscale trust, these are probably cryptos that we see have their own ETFs one day. Okay, Link, Bitcoin Cash, Basic Attention Token, maybe Decentraland, um, Ethereum, of course. Ethereum ETFs just got approved. Filecoin here. So Filecoin has its own trust, and it's going to be an AI thing. Litecoin, LivePeer has its own trust, and it's going to be in the AI one. Solana here has its own trust with them. Stellar Lumens does. So, like, peep the game here with the Grayscale and what they're converting their dollars into, right? Maybe that's something we should convert our dollars into, right? Not financial advice, right? So, where were we? We go back here. So yeah, near. So near might be something you just might want to start putting some of these away, right? Just start putting them away, right? Not financial advice again, but we see Grayscale is hoarding it. We see all the different pieces, all the different guys, all the different VCs that are involved in this, right? So best believe they're going to fill their bags, right? So, that's XLR. But again, we see some of the same people, right? Here's near. So we see that pattern. What is up, Brandon Mays? Better days. What's going on? What's going on? So yeah, this is a little quick show for us today, guys. Under 30 minutes here, or excuse me, under an hour. I'll stick around for just a couple seconds to see if anybody has any more questions. But yeah, that's what I really wanted to hit you guys with. And the thing to take from this is this can be a conduit for Draper and all these guys, Andreessen Horowitz, Dragonfly Capital, to send their money to the XRP ledger back and forth, right? Via Evmos and XLR. Okay. These companies are already heavily invested in all, it seems like these three cryptocurrencies. So they must have something going on with XRP ledger as well. But you can see they definitely have XLR going. And if we go back to Evmos, you can see they're involved in that as well. Like, there we go, right? And let's just make it even more clear here by also putting near over here, right? So in a big old case of like follow the money, right? We just followed the money from these big venture capitalist guys all the way over to Grayscale, right? Can't make this stuff up, bro. You can't make this stuff up. So isn't this something that we want to we want to put in our bags, maybe? Just a thought. Just a thought. Just a thought. Yeah. Alrighty, so I don't see any questions. So your boy's gonna get out of here. thank you all for watching. If you're watching the replay, be sure to leave some comments. Helps the video spread around. Be sure to like and subscribe.